G'day guys, Josh here. Welcome to another State of Economy for Lost Ark. And as you guys may know, well, my voice is back a bit. I hit myself croak in the last video. I'm sitting there going like, mate, what was I doing 9 hours yesterday forecasting? I was sitting there going like, oh boy, like that's what 9 hours of casting does to you. And in the end, I finished up the rest of the day as well. It's actually pretty good. Hope you guys had a great week overall. I'm starting to feel like, with the State of Economy, I feel like the series may have ran its course. I'll still do a couple of weeks here and there and stuff like that. I feel like this series has really run its course because at this point, I feel like I'm repeating the same shit over and over again. And I feel like I need to really just go over and move to a new game or new something overall, or try to do something different with my content instead of just these weekly update kind of things, because I feel like it's gone a bit stale, hasn't really done much, and I don't think I'm providing too much with you guys either. Compared to my other series which is coming up, which is about, LFE as I call it, which is about like LFE, I think it is. I think it's needing financial education. I think it's NFE actually. I'm not terribly too sure. Lacking financial education, but either way, the series will come up, and you guys will probably enjoy it as well if you guys are into the finance stuff. Also as well, maybe just dabble in other areas as well to really, I don't know, give my viewpoint on it. Try to give some consistent viewpoint on it as well, and we'll see how it goes. Also, as well with Lost Ark, it just seemingly hasn't really, even though it's made efforts to try and get players back in, it seemingly hasn't been too successful at getting those players back in, which is pretty disappointing to see. But at the same time, when there's so many games on the market, it's very, very hard to get those players in the first place. Now, enough about, how this series is going to go or anything like that, or any stuff of that in particular. We're going to get back into, basically Lost Ark and the things of it all. As you guys may have noticed, is that, well, essentially here that I'm in now in Rofund, because I enjoy Rofund quite a bit. We'll go to the buses, obviously, as you guys can see here. 1.2k, no book, pay for bidding purple book. Jeez, this guy's really rough. I mean, purple books aren't even that much, are they? I feel like I'm getting a rude surprise given the fact this guy's making people pay for purple books. I was like, holy moly, man. The guy's fussy over 1G, okay? Fast pass 1.4k. I'm gonna say I'm really surprised to see some of these come back in for the buses. But either way, at the end of the day, it's good to see some Argos buses back in because I saw none of them yesterday. Now we go to Voltan. The bus is getting very, very cheap with Voltan as well. And it's also one of the first times it's not been over like 3 pages. Then we got Vicus as well. We got some good teaching groups as well. That's really, really good to see. But this is the first time that we have no buses, okay, and no buses quotes. But if I gotta say, it's actually really, really good to see there's actually people, willing to teach people and stuff like that. And I think that's, been to the reaction, a lot of people being like, hey guys, we're gatekeeping too hard. Let's get some more people in here so we can, keep the game alive somewhat. And this is where, basically it's RuneScape kind of criteria where there's too many arseholes in it. And he's like, hang on guys, the game's dying, we need people to come in. Let's just be a difference in society to begin with, which is really good to see. Now we've got Clown here as well. We've got, AFK buses and stuff like that. I'm not sure if these are legit. I like this one, let's get out of jail, because being stuck in Kakusaidan but can't go to Brashaza is probably very, very frustrating. Now we go to Brashaza. There's also a Bud as well, 10k. Could be full AFK, that's pretty good as well. Easy homeworks, reference to obviously Saint. But you can see here, there's a few buses, a few wonderful static, and fast XP bus. So that's pretty good actually. I'm not sure if they're legit or not, but we'll see. But as you can see, there's a lot of buses and stuff like that up there as well that people are indeed doing. Now, anyways, that's gonna be it for the first half of the busing. Next up, we're gonna go to the Mara store. Now, Mara store, oh, I get a feeling that the crystal prices would have gone up slightly. As you can see here, they're trying to get a lot more people in for the anniversary. I guess say right now, I wouldn't be surprised if someone's bought all these anniversary packages for a lot of money. I wouldn't be too surprised about it, but I can say right now, I wouldn't. I wouldn't at all. Let's go to the currency exchange. Their crystal prices have gone up slightly. This is kind of expected. You know how I said earlier that, it's only a bit of a shock that it goes back because of the, now the gold farms will now have to get Steam authorized before doing so. And they're probably slowly but surely getting the Steam authorized accounts and putting the blue crystal price up again. So funnily enough, the bot economy, the impact on that on the gold price is probably only about 1.4k, which is how much blue crystal prices drop. So it is a bit of an impact, but not the hugest of impact as well. but eventually it's going to come back up again. Next up, we're going to go to the Honey Max. We're going to go to the AH. And also, as you can see in the chat, or you guys can't see the chat, but there's a lot of bots like doing the emotes and stuff like that as well. Let's get to the honing materials as well. As you can see, tier 1, tier 2, all gone back down to being 1G. Protection stones, I'm going to say here for tier 4 mats, almost getting to 1G in itself as well. I think a lot of people have done the armor, so armor's all done, so now it's just going down substantially. But the biggest one has been the, the obliteration stones, almost at 30G. And destruction stones are tier 3 at 6G. Tier 1 mats have decreased substantially. That's probably due to the new starter packs, where basically you can get to tier 1 done right away and get to tier 2 very quickly as well. Same with life leap stones as well. Now, arrays have gone up slightly. I think maybe this is a new base level. As I said before, that more people are making superior arrays. Therefore, people doing simples and basics aren't making them too much anymore. Solid Graces are now a joke, 28G. I do remember when they're 50G a pop. And they're just like going down in value. I remember when this is 300G. It's already halved in price. This is already halved in price. Now, looking at the Honor Leap Stones. Honor, great. I gotta say, these Leap Stones have just dropped in prices. This has gone below 70G for the first time. This has gone below 50G for the first time. And funnily enough, Honor Leap Stones have been 35G before. So this is not unusual, okay? Now, basically, Honor Shard, Life Shard, and Harmony Shard. Harmony Shard and Life Shard have been high. Mainly because the fact, basically, with the anniversary packs and stuff like that, you can get a lot of Honor Shards from it. Therefore, whales don't need to buy it with gold. They can buy it with real money instead. And they probably figured out, where the good midpoint is to stop buying these sort of things as well. Next up, we got the, as you can see, Harmony, you can see Honor Shards are less still, and Life Shards are higher, which means, I guess, right now, well, certainly for the moment, though, Honor Shards have reached 801G. I gotta say, still do the tier 1 and tier 2 maps from the Rift pieces. Probably still the advice there is for the current upturn at the moment. Now, I was sure, guys, like I said this 2 months ago, that I was going to be eating crow. I'm surprised I'm not eating crow. I thought that guy who said, hey, you're an idiot, I'm right here on a shard patches to explode, I thought he would be right, okay? I honestly thought he'd be right. Like, he put some good points out there, and I'm just like, when am I going to be eating crow at this stage? Okay, when am I going to be eating crow? Because I feel like, he was right in that angle as well. Next up, we're going to go into the potions to check out how potions are at the moment. So you can see here the potions below 30G. Once again, I think it's gone up slightly. But as I said before, I think a few of you did take my advice, probably not, given only 250 people watched the video, that start buying the HP potions. They're pretty cheap at the moment. If you don't need them, you don't need them. Still, that's the V. That's what it is. But I'm just saying, just buy them up. They're pretty cheap at the moment. Going to the grenades, you can tell the grenades, like I say, they've held at 30G at the moment. If you do need a few more, definitely good time to buy them and also stockpile them as well. This is why I say to stockpile them and buy them, is because people have been getting all these mats and all these free combat chests and stuff like that, where they've been getting the grenades and bombed out of. The moment they run out of those, which happened, of course, last year when the game started, the prices will skyrocket because people haven't been making their strongholds and stuff like that because they feel like they've got enough of them. Same case here with bombs. Pick them up. Get them up very, very quickly. We're going to check the food. Am I being trolled? Nope, finally. The top food is indeed top food. And that's very, very good to see. Next up, we're going to go to engravings. Now, with engravings... Oh, there we go. So, engravings. Let's just go to the green ones first of all. I remember the first time I took a look at the green ranks, be like, hey guys, this is the time you want to pick it up. I'm going to say the green ranks have really, really decreased in price. Like, incredibly decreased in price. Except, of course, the class ones. But overall, like, I remember seeing a lot of these in, like, triple digits, even some of the combat ones. But now it's just all the class ones. And like I say, Emergency Rescue and Preemptive Strike, them being more expensive than Grudge has been kind of eye-opening. But I suppose what's happened is that, people can get these now pretty easily because it's been the Frog and stuff like that. Of course, the Frog got refunded, as you guys may know. But everyone's been getting Cursed Doll, Adrenaline, Ambush Master, stuff like that. So the people who are actually selling it won't get too much because everyone's already got those engravings from either the start of the game or quite recently. Now let's take a look at the blues. And the blues, like I say, it follows a similar story, but then of course go to other pages and stuff like that to check. But you can see here, the ones that people don't have too much of, like Adrenaline, Cursed Doll, the top DPS ones, and also the top Heavy Arm and Awakening and Ambush Master and stuff like that, are selling for quite expensive in the blue area. So if you want to, get those area things yourself, I think you might be better off going back to some of those tier 1, tier 2 items that do reward the blue tomes and just picking them up, either selling them or learning them yourself. Now, I did see an epic book, people like, trying to hoard it early in the busing, but I gotta say it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, look at this, man. Like, you got remaining energy, good, berserk techniques, pretty good, mayhem's pretty good. You got them like stupidly cheap at the moment. It's not really many of them that are even in triple digits. That's why I was really surprised with that person. And once again, Deadeye stuff super expensive. Does anyone even have, like, does even anyone play Deadeye anymore? Is that rare of a class? But anyways, that's a sidebar. That was a silly sidebar. But I gotta say right now, like, if you're reserving Epic Books, you're not gonna get any money there, okay? Not any money at all. Let's go to Legendary. Legendary is still gonna be pretty strong. Is there gonna be any of them that are gonna be quite cheap that you can probably pick up for very little? Well, there's Precise Stagger, Supercharge, Firepower Enhancement, but I think the new spec is the Barrage. Berserker's Technique's quite cheap. Obviously, this is because of the fact that the Frog still exists. So people have still got that. Ambush Master is very cheap actually now. Remaining Energy and Hitmaster are pretty decently cheap. Some of the Sorcerer's Engravings are pretty cheap. Expert and Awakening are amazingly cheap at the moment as well if you want to pick those up. Same with Cursed Stole. I'd say Adrenaline is at its mid price. Class Engravings Blessed Aura is very cheap. You may want to pick that one up. And EH. The fuck? I don't know how EH is 7.8k, okay? I really don't. I'm surprised sitting there that EH is 7.8k. Has anyone actually sold it? Someone sold it for 9.4k! Who are these dead-eyes buying this? KBW's a bit high up. And obviously Grudge under 10k. Desperate Salvation, probably a decent buy there as well. Mate, I'm surprised that anyone is buying EH at Enhanced Weapon at that 7.8k. Okay, I'm just flabbergasted. Some guys give me in the comments like, dude, you care about Deadeye so much, mate. I used to main a Deadeye. Okay, that's why I'm like, what's going on here? But anyways, let's go to pets and skins. Okay, let's check out other pets and skins. Let's check out the gold market at the moment. I wouldn't expect this too much to change. Okay, like if I'm gonna be honest, I won't expect too much of this to change. It's still very, very liquid, as you guys can see here. The buyout prices are just probably only going up by inflation of the gold. And you can see here, it's not that liquid either. It's actually got less liquid. So I gotta say, pets and skins probably not a good way to trade your gold, given the fact, like, look at this. There are pages and pages of no average day price, which means nothing is sold in the last 5 days. Which is, I guess the skin market is not really a place you want to be anymore. Probably going to be the same for the pets, maybe? No, actually, no, a few people buying pets. Finally, people are buying cat selection chests, okay? Actually, maybe not. Okay, that's right, yeah. I don't understand this. I still don't understand this. I've talked about this like 5 times. Why are the individual pets more than the selection chest? Because you can pick any of the pets in there. It makes no sense to me. But as you can see here, pet market has been a bit more liquid, as you can see here with the selection chests. But that's been pretty much it. Now, anyways, guys, let's get to... Should I do gem chests? I wonder if anyone actually buys these, to be honest. I guess you could. I guess you could buy some of these, because some of these are actually pretty decent to get tier 3 gems. Depends what you get. But let's ignore that. Let's get into these. Now, let's get into the legendary gems. I guess someone's trying to scavenge a tier 2 gem market. But let's get to the tier 3 gem market. And I've got to say, I think the gem price has gone down overall. Because remember last time it was 15.5k without Deadeye. Now let's put the Deadeye discount on. Oh no, you know what? Let's go to recent prices. Okay, let's put the Deadeye discount on. 14k. I'm going to say gems have gone down. Now, at this point, you'd be like, no, but the gold went up. Why did gems go down? The only reason, even though I said it didn't match it, I don't think it matches anymore. The gem prices are now going down for level 7. Is that people want either level 10 gems, or everyone's got over level 7 gems by now. It's the top end of the pack where there's less people demanding them and more people supplying them. So you can see here as well that 14k was the price. Now let's get into the level 10 gems, okay? And also that's happened here as well. It's gone below 240k. It used to be above 250. And you can see there it's gone quite a bit below it. Let's just go back to, let's just get the damage gems in as well. And you can see the damage gem sold for under 600k. Which, it's starting to shake a bit to going below that amount. I know what's happened previously that sold below 600k when the initial shock happened. But now it's starting to happen with a increased blue crystal price. So, let's chill out and check it here. Let's go to the accessories as well. We are going to see a lot of RMT. This is RMT. I guess they've been getting a lot smarter by not having exact figures. You know how I mentioned previously, you can tell RMT if it has an exact figure. They're getting a bit smarter, and I've got to say, this is ironically enough a very good piece to buy for 750k, but I think that's overpricing it. But you can see here there's a lot of RMT. Let's just skip the bullshit and get out of the RMT area. Um, that was probably worth 225k. A lot of death blows. I'm gonna say some of them actually might be worth it, but some of them are just RMT. That one's probably not RMT. You can tell RMT potentially here as well. I mean, not high enough quality to really justify that price. You can tell here this is all RMT. I mean, look at it. As I said, exact figures, RMT. That's actually a really good piece as well, is it? Yeah, crit spec. Dude, some of these are really, really good pieces as well. But to be fair, some of them are just like, mate, you don't need it. That's... I don't think it's worth 215. I think a lot of these, some of these are RMT, some of these aren't. Because you gotta remember people have more gold now as well to spend on these pieces. But you can see some of these are still RMT as well. I mean, the 200k has been a popular RMT mark. I think this 199k is also going to be RMT as well. But you can see the RMTs are still there. We can pick up some pretty good pieces. That's actually a really good piece as well. This one's picked up. Heavy armor experts, a really good bard piece. So you can see here that, you know, looking at it passively or anything like that, you can grab some really good items for like below 200k, as you can see here. Like some people have got some really decent items here as well. And I think that's, you know, where you actually want to aim it for, is that these 130 area, you see more legit sales than, you know, bullshit gold seller sales. You can see here as well. So yeah, that's I think the things you want to target. Now for the bracelets, I'm gonna say the top bracelets are ones with spec and crit. Okay, like look at all the ones like spec, strength, whatever it is, spec and crit as well. Anything with stats are the ones that sell. If they have like that on strike bonus, they never sell. I can say it's really disappointed the on strike bonuses because they're like increased domination, increased expertise, increased endurance. It's like, mate, they're all rubbish stats. Like no one plays those stats as DPS or as tank. Like they really need to update it or change it because at the moment everyone's just like, what a horrible stat. Let's go to ability stones, and as you can see here, there's a few RMTs. I mean, anything selling for 250k is absolutely ridiculous, and it's RMT. I think the real price is still that 2k mark as we did previously. Actually, a bit less than 2k when you got, you know, KBW and Adrenaline, very popular, and stuff like that as well. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for today. You know, basically, a lot of the accessories have pulled back in price, mainly because the fact there's less demand for it. It happens in the gem market overall as well. And that's just a case of not many new players coming in, and a lot of older players have got their best of slot gear, where, you know, there's more suppliers, less demand. Overall, as I said before, you know, I'll probably question whether to do it like fortnightly this series and focus on other content. But, you know, guys, I really, really appreciate you guys who subscribe for this content. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want any other content, like not Lost Ark or anything like that, just feel free to hit me up, especially in the finance area or, you know, any other games as well, because I do play Hogwarts on my live stream at the moment. And so I do play World of Warcraft and Wrestling Classic currently as well. So if you want any, you know, stuff in relation to that, hit me up. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for joining me. Hope you guys have a great day, and you guys are awesome. See you guys later. Peace out. Bye.